Welcome to the first ever Sephardic Story Slam. The entire event is going to be hosted by our very own Ophira Eisenberg from Comedy Central. Let's give her
Hello everybody, happy final night of Hanukkah. I am your host for the Sephardic Story Slam. My name is Ophira Eisenberg. That's a good Jewish name, wouldn't you say? It's Israeli, and my father's Israeli, and I ran into an Israeli tourist on the subway, and I said, by the way, are you from Israel? He goes, yeah. I go, my name's Ophira. And he goes, no, not Ophira, Ophira! Right, immediately, because only an Israeli would correct you on your own name.
6 months after my conversion, just to give you a few little stories, my mother, I was checking eggs for blood, and my mom was standing behind me, and I said, oh, Mom, what I'm doing? She goes, I know what you're doing. You're checking eggs for blood. And I was like, really? I said, how do you know that, Mom? She said, well, my mother taught me how to do that. I said, really? Granny taught you how to do that? My granny did a lot of things that we thought she was just a really good Catholic. She prayed 3 times a day facing the east. And I lit candles with her, but I didn't know that they were Shabbat candles. I thought they were Catholic candles.
Hi, my name is Michelle Slonim. I like that. I say Slonim. It's fine. It's a good segue because I'm Ashkenazi and I'm feeling it.
Nice.
As your Ashkenazi, or as we say on the street, Ashkenizel, ambassador, I want to tell you about what it's like being the Wonder Bread of the Jewish people. Thank you. Looking for my peanut butter. There's a certain brand of Ashkeju, and it's called JFBDB, which is Jewish frat boy douchebag.
From the Hebrew Mamita, long-lost daughter of Abraham and Sarah, the sexy oy-veying, matzah-eating, chutzpah-having, non-cheaping, non-conspiracizing, always questioning, hip-hop listening, Torah scroll reading, all people loving, pride-filled Jewish girl. Big enough all people who are little miffed because someone tells you you don't look like or act like your people. Impossible, because you are your people. You just tell them they don't look, period.
I made a big, radical, dramatic decision. I decided that in my new place, I was not going to have internet. Because in the past, kind of, internet enabled all of my worst habits. And I remembered that my new building was literally right next door to the Chabad. So I came up with this brilliant, foolproof plan. What I was going to do, essentially, was I'm going to go to Chabad, I'm going to introduce myself to the rabbi there, I'm going to, kind of pretend that I'm this, nice, well-intentioned Jewish grad student, all of which I either am or can fake convincingly. Who's, very interested in Chabad programming. And, oh, by the way, I have my laptop with me. I'm going to just, check my email really quickly. And what is the password? And then I would get the password, and then I would use it whenever I wanted, and no one would be the wiser. So, the next day, I go to Chabad and introduce myself to the rabbi, who's very nice. And within a minute of me being there, he asked me if I want to put tefillin on. These Chabad rabbis, they don't pussyfoot around. If they see an opportunity to do a mitzvah, they're gonna get her done. I'm gonna put on tefillin every day if I have to. I'm gonna wear the fringes, I'm gonna grow the side locks, whatever it takes. And then I start having kind of very entitled, almost psychotic thoughts. I start thinking that password is my birthright. God made a covenant with Abraham so that the Chabad could provide me with free internet access whenever I want. So after the tefillin part is done, I asked for the password, and it's too late for me to quit now. I've already invested too much into this, but it's way too far for me to be casual and cool about it. Also, the rabbi senses that I'm a little bit crazed about this for some reason. So he's not sure what the password is, but I say, oh, couldn't I just go up and try to figure it out for myself? So reluctantly, he lets me use the Chabad computer, and it has Windows Vista, So after 15 minutes of clicking, every which way, I figure out the password. Are you ready? It's Jewish 1, 2, 3.
You can keep your cursed wells. We've struck gold in Leviathan's hostage kiss.
you. Everyone, get ready with your voting. I guess we'll figure out how we are handing those, but how do people feel? Do they know who who has a choice right now? Clap if you already have a choice. Wrong! You have 2 left. Wrong. I can see how this is going. This is a fake voting thing. All right, you have 2 more left. Everyone open up your minds. Open up your minds, table 1, table 3, and all of this section.
So I'm actually half Sephardic. My mom is Tunisian.
Woo!
Yes, thank you. My dad is Brooklynian. So it makes for an interesting dynamic. My mom is actually the only one of her 48 siblings who came to America. Everyone else is in Israel. I was very excited when I found out that one of my 48 cousins was getting married. See, that's a thing. Sephardic people, they like to make babies. A lot of them. I think actually the women, there's a halacha actually. If I'm not mistaken, you might need to help me. I think for every mustache hair a woman has, she must create a child. I think that might be good. It's only for Sephardics. So anyway, needless to say, I have a lot of hairy cousins. They're nice. But anyway, yeah, so the thing is, because I'm half Sephardic, I really, I enjoy the Sephardic culture. I never necessarily knew what it was until I went a few years ago, but I've always liked the men. The men are just, there's something like, just so greasy and misogynistic about them. They're just, I love it. Like, even when I was 7, like, I love it. Like, I wanted to be objectified, like, all the time. And the matriarch of the family is actually, finally I get to see what the china is about. She's turning this bowl filled with china, which basically, china looks, it's basically shit. It looks like shit. So she's stirring around shit. My aunt, or great aunt, stirring around shit, and everyone's very excited to get a piece of this shit. And she plops shit in your hand, and this is, everyone lines up to get shit placed in their hand. Nothing in my entire 31 years of living, I've never seen anything like that. But I was excited too, because, I'm going to stand in line and get some shit.
Alright, so this is me. Here I am. My name is Noam. I'm the tallest Sephardic Jew you've met. I stand at 6'4". We're not known for our height. So being this tall, I got myself a nice giant foot, size 15. And you know what they say about big feet. Right, that's what they say. It's completely untrue. I can speak honestly about that. It's not true. At my bris, there's a video and my mom's whispering to the mohel, do we have to do this? But being tall has its perks. I was able to snag myself a wonderfully tall shiksa. She was beautiful. Very tall, couldn't get more shiksa, straight from Kentucky. Dated her for quite some time, about 1.5 years. Before the relationship ended, when I broke up with her about 1.5 years after it, before that happened, she did purchase this for me. She wanted me to be more hipster. This is houndstooth, people, by the way. This is houndstooth. But as you can see, when I put this on, there's no doubt it's a kafira. So, kafia. So this makes me look a little less happy-go-lucky Sephardic and a little more terrorist. And let's face it, okay, listen, there's nothing wrong with looking Arabic. I'm happy to look Arabic. It's done well for me, except when you're judged by most of America for looking like you're a terrorist. So I put this on and I look a little bit different. Now, about 3 months later, it's Thanksgiving, and then this is where this comes around. So it's Thanksgiving time, and I, in the yellow taxi, rushing to the airport, catching a flight, El Al flight. I stand back online, and I decide, you know what, I got some time to kill, long line. Let me call my dad. Call my dad. Dad's the Syrian side. He's the Sephardic. He's 71 years old. He's got the squinty face like this, like he doesn't give a fuck about what you're talking about, De Niro style. Just like, I call him at the airport, and I was like, decide I need to brag a little bit because I got a great deal on a mattress that I bought. I got a Tempur-Pedic mattress for $400 from a Macy's warehouse in Long Island. That's a good deal, right? Thank you, Jews. The Jew doesn't appreciate that deal. I don't know what I'm doing here. So I call him up to brag a little bit because he's always the guy. He's like, the triple coupon guy. So I call him up. Dad, what's going on? What do you need? You at the airport? Yeah, I'm at the airport, but I want to tell you that I got a great deal on this mattress the other day. He's like, oh, yeah, you got a good deal. I was like, yeah, $400, Tempur-Pedic, so cheap. He's like, oh, what? Yeah? And now I wanted to show off a little bit to him, because I'm still an actor looking for my daddy's approval. And I tried to use an Arabic phrase, because Syrian speaks Arabic, talk some shit. I basically know a few words. But I want to show off, and there's a phrase in Arabic that applied in this situation. And it was cheaper than radishes. And so I tried to tell him that. But I'm not going to say it in English like a dumbass. I'm going to say it in Arabic and make my dad proud of his Sephardic son. So I said, Archak bin Fijr. And he's like, what? I said, Archak bin Fijr. Now I'm getting nervous and I'm saying it wrong. So I was like, Archak bin Fijr. He's like, what? Archak bin Fijr, Archak bin Fijr, Archak bin Fijr. Next thing I know, the two beautiful Israeli ladies come over to me and they said, Mr. Harari, we'd like to speak to you for a few minutes.
I'm happy to crown as the Sephardic storyteller of the evening, Ilya Kodesh!
So this is the final event that ends the Sephardic Music Festival. We're so happy that you were here with us and you were here making history, the first Sephardic Story Slam. This is going to be featured on Shalom TV, so say hi to Shalom TV. Hi, Shalom TV, we love you. Thank you to everybody that came out. Happy Hanukkah.